It's the Red River Farm Network Crop Tour presented by Pioneer. We're in that Fosston, Minnesota area now, getting a good look at the crop. Ken Hove with us and Matt Larson with us as well. Ken, first of all, appreciate the hospitality. Good, beautiful day to get out here and talk crops.
Terrific day to have this going on.
Let's talk these sunflowers. You've got a beautiful crop here.
It is really fun to have flowers again this year, and of course it ain't over yet for the year, but no, they've done very well. And the emergence, at the beginning of the year, we were kind of nervous about getting through the cresting, and it made it.
Matt, what do you think of these flowers? It looks like you got some nice big heads on it. We got a lot of potential.
The stand is great. The flowers themselves look tremendous, and the head size is really impressive.
Seen acres for sunflowers? I'm surprised. You seen those increase in this region?
They are increasing, and it's probably going to be more next year after, the price, number one, and then probably the varieties that we have now. Thinking back a little bit, like I mentioned earlier, back in the late 90s, we didn't have the agronomics that we have now. And also at that time, the midge came in, and that, I'm not saying we're allergic to that, but they're not here now this time.
What about corn crop? We look like we have a beautiful crop here in this region.
Very, very good looking corn crop, and we didn't think that earlier. So I think everybody's going to be surprised that wheat that's coming off is the same way. It's better than they thought, and that's always the way to have it, better than you thought.
No doubt about it. Matt, what stage of development are we in with this corn crop?
We're running a little bit behind the average. I guess I looked this morning. We were probably 25 to 30 growing units behind what we've been on average. Corn's starting to dent. It's going to take a little while this year, but we got to hope that we're going to have a good September and a good October and get this crop off dry.
Keep days like this coming, we'll be in good shape.
This will help. This is a beautiful day for it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As we take a look at getting geared up for harvest season, anything for this corn crop that we should have top of mind?
It's to watch it, and we were started out about 3 weeks late to begin with, and so we want the rest of the season to follow. In other words, we have all fall. Just talking to a guy the other day, when I was younger, or when we were younger, we always wanted to get our wheat off and the field work before the state fair. Then we could go to the state fair. Well, I think we missed her this time.
Yeah, it's going to be well into October for some of these guys for the way it's looking. Soybeans, what do you see there, Ken?
They look very good, and they have, the varieties over the years have really come a long way, and it's the game. They look very good. They're the same way, about maybe 2 weeks behind.
As far as we've talked about fall, Matt, what do you see as far as thinking about fertility and starting to make some of those decisions?
I think we're going to be in pretty good shape going into the fall. We had early rain this year, so we probably did lose some nitrogen. We're going to have to keep an eye on that going into the 2023 growing season. But for the most part, I think we're in good shape, and guys get out and do some soil sampling and see what we're looking at come the end of harvest.
That is really key. Ken, tell me a little bit more about the agency.
Back in 85, I started 1985. That's 1985. So it's been fun all the way. And this year we're adding Matt to the agency, and he's got agronomy. He's an agronomist, and it's just a great guy to have.
What are your thoughts coming on board here, Matt?
I'm excited to be able to work into an agency like this. It's been in the same family for as many years as it has. I'm excited. My family's excited. We moved back to the area from the Ada area. We've been there since 2009, and I grew up in the Clearbrook area, so we're happy to be back.
You're doing your little bit to help the economy and the population too.
The whole works. Yep, the whole works.
Good deal.
One thing about when I delivered seed to his dad back when I started, just about, and he was just, probably that high. So it's good. I didn't realize at the time that I should have talked to him a little better, but then he's here now.
That's how we learn, right? Ken Hove with us and Matt Larson. Again, we're coming to you from the Fosston area, looking at a beautiful crop on a beautiful day. It's the Red River Farm Network Crop Tour presented by Pioneer.